Sick of asking what's for dinner? Let a meal planning app do the work for you. I've got my 3 favorite meal planning apps, and yes, they all have a free trial. Welcome to Modern Frugality. My name is Jen. I am the creator, and I am passionate about helping you have more money so that you can do better things with it. And sometimes having more money means spending less money on takeout, but that can be really difficult because grocery store, you go in there, you buy a whole bunch of things that look good, and then you get home and you can't make any meals out of them. So you've literally wasted money at the grocery store and then you spend money on takeout because you weren't prepared. The way that you save money on food and lower the number of times you go out to eat is through meal planning and meal prepping. And so I love meal planning. I do a lot of my own meal planning, but there are some seasons in life that just get really busy and I can't add another thing to my plate. And that's when I turn to a meal planning app. And other people just hate meal planning. They just want to be told what to eat every week. And for them, meal planning apps are a lifesaver. And so I want to share with you my 3 favorite meal planning apps, and I'm going to put the links in the description to get a free trial at each one. So the first one is my absolute favorite, my go-to. It is CookSmarts. I love the user interface with CookSmarts. It is beautifully designed. The food photography, I know the owner, Jess, she puts a lot of work into that. And so it's a small thing, but it makes a big difference when you can see something and you're like, oh, that actually, I would not have picked that recipe to make, but everything's all laid out and it looks really good. So I'm going to try it. So this is one that really gets me outside of my comfort zone, trying recipes that I normally wouldn't pick for myself. But the best thing is that all of the meals kind of commingle ingredients. And so you're buying fewer ingredients, so you're saving money. And she has a section for every recipe on how you can prep it, either on Sundays if you meal prep Sundays, or the day before when you're cooking, when tonight's meal is cooking, you can start prepping for tomorrow's dinner while that's on the stove. So that really limits the number of takeout orders I make if I just have everything already ready for dinner. There are 3 dietary options at CookSmarts: paleo, vegetarian, and traditional. So I think it's really the dietary options that really determine which one you stick with most regularly, because they all have a little bit different. So I am mostly vegetarian, so CookSmarts works really well for me. There's another one that I'll talk about that has some vegan options or just no flour, no sugar. So I think that kind of determines which one you will stick with long term, because they're all great, but they all have something a little different to offer. And if there's something on the meal plan that you don't want to make, you can go back through the archives and pick what you want, add it to your grocery list, and actually you can sync up your Instacart to CookSmarts if you want to just add everything to a grocery delivery. I personally like to shop and pick up my own groceries through Walmart. They offer free pickup and I don't have to go into the store, but that's also an option if you use Instacart. And the last thing I love about CookSmarts is that it is created by a professional chef. And so her goal is to really get people educated on how to cook. And so she doesn't make it hard. These aren't like Epicurious, like Food 52 fancy things. They're just things that are slightly out of the box that get things like changed up. And if there's anything that might be a little bit confusing, like one time there was wontons on the menu, and you had to make your own. And so there was actually a video, step by step, how to assemble the wontons. It was so helpful. So I love CookSmarts, and I really think everyone should at least try the free trial. As far as subscriptions go, CookSmarts has 3 levels, so you can do a month to month, a quarter or a year, and it's $14.99 if you're just doing month to month, but you can cut that in half if you do a full year. I personally like to do a quarter at a time because I love planning. It's just sometimes some seasons are busier than others. But if you're someone who's like, I'm not a meal planner, I don't have any desire to do that, then definitely do the full year and you will save a lot of money. The second is Emeals. And so this one has a lot of dietary variety. It's a little cheaper. And it just still has like a good user interface. But it's not as, I don't know, the recipes don't excite me as much as Cook Smarts, but definitely one, they have a 14-day free trial and you should definitely try the free trial to get acquainted with it. On this one, they have low carb, keto, 30-minute meals, budget friendly. So they have a lot of different categories in here. A bit almost overwhelming, but if you love variety, Emeals is really great because if you don't like something that's on your budget-friendly plan, you can maybe look through the keto plan, or you can look through the quick and easy or whatever, and you can get a lot of variety. So as far as subscriptions go, it does offer the year or month to month or 3-month. So you can get the year for as little as $4.99 a month, which is a bit cheaper than Cook Smarts. So if you're looking at your budget, that may be something to consider. And it also has breakfast and lunch plans, but those are an additional charge on top of that. And again, free trial, definitely worth checking out. The third one is Eat at Home. And so this one has the no flour, no sugar plan I was talking about. It has like a vegan, whole food, plant-based plan. And the food photography isn't the best. But I think if you're more accustomed to like Southern home cooking, family crock pot meals, casseroles, stuff like that, then this is a really good option. So a lot of family friendly options on this one, like a lot of dump and go. It even has a freezer meal, like 6 freezer meals that you can make every month. And sometimes I wouldn't even make them as freezer meals. I would just make them just for dinner that night. But if you love freezer meals, there's a built-in freezer meal menu every month on Eat at Home. If you are somebody that likes paper-based lists and you like to print things off, this also is probably best for you because everything is in a PDF. You can print it off and look at it if you don't want to have your phone on the whole time, which I know sometimes when I'm looking at a recipe on my phone, it just like kills the battery life of my phone. So Eat at Home is really good to print things off. Things are color-coded. The grocery lists are really easy to navigate. And again, you can pick and choose what you want to do. You get 4 meal plans every month. So it's great variety. And Eat at Home also offers the 3 different plans. So you've got the monthly, which is $14 a month, and then you also have quarterly and annual. Annual ends up being $7 a month. So it's kind of like the mid-tier version between Emeals and Cook Smarts. And you can kind of feel that when working with all 3. So those are my 3 favorite meal planning apps. I've used all 3. I definitely keep going back to between Cook Smarts and Emeals the most, probably Cook Smarts the most. But I definitely think it's worth giving all of them a try because you get a free trial at all of them. So I will put links in the description to the free trials to all of those. And let me know if you are going to try any, if you have tried any of these, if there's any that I missed out. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a meal planning service that's over $15 a month. So if I missed one that's more than that, that's probably why. But these are really great budget-friendly ways, and they limit your grocery list too. So you save money by buying less groceries. It's a win-win all around. Really big fan of these apps. So let me know in the comments if you've used any of them, if you're going to sign up for any of them, which one's your favorite, and follow, subscribe, like this video for more vids just like this.